Our main man, James Gunn, of course, is now head of DC Studios alongside Peter Safran as well. And, he's building out the DCU with Superman, with Creature Commandos, with all these other various projects that we know are in development, shooting, coming sooner rather than later. It's happening. We're building a DC cinematic universe, which I think is really cool, and I'm very excited for this. A lot of people are kind of hating on James Gunn and don't have any faith in him, but everything we're seeing so far, I'm really excited about. And one of the biggest aspects of creating a new DCU, especially in early stages of this universe building, is the casting. Who are they going to cast as our new Batman and Aquaman and Flash and Wonder Woman? Obviously, we have a Superman. Um, that's that's also been kind of one of the things that so far with these earlier projects that have been kind of hit or miss for a lot of people and very make or break of like, oh, either that's a fantastic casting or it's making people hate the project. So I figured I'd take the time to just go ahead and spit out some fan casts for certain characters in the DCU. I am planning this as a three-part series. So this first video is going to be about a lot of the bigger Justice League characters. Part two is going to be more about like the Teen Titans and some other smaller Justice League members and stuff like that. And then part three is going to be all about the villains. So something I'm really excited for. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Of course, you can share your own fan cast down in the comments below. There are some of these that I really did not know. Some of these are not even my own personal fan cast, but just if I didn't have a personal one, like for example, Batman, like there's no one choice that I'm like super psyched about. So pretty much I just like went and found a couple different options and we'll discuss them. But anyway, yeah, let's fan cast the DCU. And first of all, let's just talk about obviously we have some characters that have already been officially cast. We have our Superman, David Corenswet. We have Isabella Merced as our Hawk Girl. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. We have our Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific. And we also have our Metamorpho as well. So these characters already confirmed for the DCU. They've already been cast. Great. What now? Well, also, very recently, we just got the official casting of John Stewart for the DCU. We have Aaron Pierre in that role. He's going to be the main Green Lantern of the DCU. Of course, we also have Kyle Chandler as our Hal Jordan in the Lantern series as well, going for an older approach with that character and younger with John Stewart. And that's another really interesting thing kind of when it comes to thinking about the process of casting a lot of these characters in the DCU is which ones are going to be on the younger side and which ones will be on the older side. Because like when it comes to Batman, of course, Batman we know in the DCU is going to be a bit older. Like he's not going to be like as old as Bruce Wayne was on Titans because my god, that guy was like Alfred. But we know in the DCU, he has Damian Wayne. He has a son, so he's got to be old-ish. Definitely older than David Corenswet Superman. So I'm thinking either late 30s to early 40s for this character. And also because you want to contrast from what we're doing over in Matt Reeves' universe with Robert Pattinson's Batman, which, to be fair, Robert Pattinson's like almost 40 at this point. He doesn't look it, but either way, that's portrayed as a younger, earlier in his career Batman. This is going to be a more experienced Batman for the DCU. So one big option, an idea out there is Jensen Ackles, which I love Jensen Ackles. I think he's got the perfect voice for Batman, and I do think he has the look. It's really more so the Bruce Wayne part that I don't know. I mean, he could definitely pull it off. But yeah, it's a choice that's like, I like it, but I don't necessarily love it. Then there's Ethan Peck, a choice that a lot of people have really been excited about and really hoping to come to fruition. Ethan Peck is not an actor I know, but I mean, he's got the look down, so there's that. And then the other day I saw Sam Witwer, which I'm a big fan of Sam Witwer. Obviously he's been in a lot of projects I've loved, Smallville and Star Wars and a whole bunch of different things. And he's a fantastic actor. And he really does not get enough credit for it. And I think he would be a fantastic Batman for the DCU because he has the look down. I think he's about the right age. I think this would be a really interesting, fascinating choice. Um, yeah, I really like it. He also just kind of feels like a James Gunn type of actor. Um, that's another thing that a lot of the actors in these videos that I'm talking about are like either they're friends with James Gunn or they just seem like the type of actor that James Gunn would cast. Um, but like I said, with Batman, he's the character that I really am probably most uncertain about. But I really like the Sam Witwer idea. Another character I'm sort of uncertain about is Wonder Woman because there's a lot of random options. A lot of people have said Katie O'Brien, who I love. She's a fantastic actress. I loved her in this year's Love Lies Bleeding. She was fantastic in that movie. She was also great in Twisters as well. A lot of people fan casting her mainly because she has the body. She has that bodybuilder body and she has the height. Wonder Woman's usually quite a tall character. So there's that. Um, Obviously, she would have to wear a wig, which I don't know. They could probably pull off something that would look really good. Um, there's also Isa Gonzalez, which is another actress. I've heard her name come up quite a bit. She I don't know a whole lot about her, but I mean, she's got the look down. And then Daniela Melchior is an interesting choice for me, where obviously she played Ratcatcher 2 in the Suicide Squad. James Gunn loves working with her, so there's that already. Um, but, obviously she's on the smaller side, so she would have to bulk up quite a bit. But I think if she did, like, especially looking at this fan art here, she has the look down. And also, she's a fantastic actress. Most people will agree she was one of, if not the best part of the Suicide Squad. She was the heart of that film. So I think this would certainly be an interesting choice. Now, Aquaman is another hard one for me because, first of all, we're probably not even going to see an Aquaman anytime soon. Jason Momoa is definitely done because he's most likely moving on to Lobo. But yeah, Aquaman, I think they definitely want to go in a different choice, a more comics accurate choice. Ditch the Jason Momoa long hair look, go for more of the shorter blonde hair, maybe even a beard, maybe even go for the hook hand, who knows. But somebody like Luke Hemsworth, or some people have been saying Alan Richardson, who of course he previously played Aquaman on Smallville, but to see him now with the huge size that he is, and with his star also on the rise, I could see that being another really interesting choice as well. I think between the two, I would prefer Luke Hemsworth just because, or is this Liam? Honestly, I don't know, but it's one of the Hemsworths that's not Chris. But I think I prefer that just because it's somebody different. The Flash, again, a lot of these bigger characters, I'm like, I don't really know. And the Flash, like Aquaman, we're most likely not going to see anytime soon. There's no projects that have been announced where it seems like this character will be involved. And of course, one of the big questions with this character is will they continue with the Barry Allen version or will they give us Wally West? If they give us Barry, a lot of people have been fan casting Lucas Till if they want to go younger, or maybe if they want to go a little bit older, maybe a Jack Quaid I think would be really cool. Both fantastic actors. If they go Wally West, which I honestly at this point think they probably should, there's KJ Apa, of course from Riverdale. I think there's probably some better choices than that, but that's just the main one I could find some good fan art for. Now, Booster Gold. This is one I do feel very strongly about. And this is one that, while it hasn't been officially confirmed by the trades or by James Gunn or anyone like that, it's basically all but set in stone that Kumail Nanjiani is our Booster Gold for the DCU. He's been hanging out with James Gunn and Peter Safran and the Superman cast and all that stuff. It's all but confirmed he's been cast as Booster Gold. And basically nobody is happy with this casting. I'm someone who, I look at it as like, okay, acting and personality wise, yes, he's perfect. But looks wise, I don't think this is a character you can really fan cast. Race swap. Because the character, the blonde hair is so iconic and so integral to the character. And also, the character's a total douchebag, a cocky douchebag. And not that somebody of a different race can't be that, but it's just more effective as a cocky white blonde guy. That's just how it's meant to be. And Glenn Powell is right there. He's perfect for it. But whatever, it's probably not happening, but Kumail Nanjiani, I guess. Martian Manhunter, there's a couple great options here. This is a character I really want to see in the DCU, and James Gunn did recently tease it, posting the photo of the Chacos. And we have here Chiwetel Ejiofor, who of course is no stranger to comic book roles, playing Mordo in the Doctor Strange films, and he's in the upcoming Venom: The Last Dance. So he would be really cool in the role. Jimon Hansu, of course, also has done plenty with DC, both in the Shazam and Aquaman movies. He would be great to kind of step it up to the next level with a big character like Martian Manhunter. Supergirl, obviously we already have her, Millie Alcock, cast in that role. Blue Beetle, we already have Charlotte Dueña as our Blue Beetle, our main Blue Beetle, our Jaime Reyes. But what about Ted Kord? Well, the director of Blue Beetle really wanted Jason Sudeikis. We don't know if we're going to see Ted Kord in the Blue Beetle animated series that's in development for the DCU. But if we do, I would really love for it to be Jason Sudeikis. He'd be great for this. So fingers crossed right there. And Green Arrow. I know it's kind of a cliche at this point, and like a lot of people have been saying it, but I really like the idea of him as Green Arrow. I also just want to see Green Arrow in the DCU in general, so I don't care who you cast, just give me a good blonde Green Arrow. That's nothing like Stephen Amell's Batman Green Arrow. Give me Robin Hood Green Arrow. Austin Butler, I think, would be great. That is, if he can actually ditch the Elvis accent. Big if. But like this here, this looks great. This looks like a great live action Green Arrow. And then you have to, of course, pair him up with a really good Black Canary, which I think Lily James would be a fantastic option for that role. You could also potentially bring back Jurnee Smollett. She was one of the better parts of Birds of Prey, so I wouldn't completely mind that. A lot of people have fan cast Sydney Sweeney as well. I mean, she's got the look down. It really kind of depends on who you cast as Green Arrow. A lot of people have said, like, oh, do Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney as Green Arrow and Black Canary. I wouldn't hate it, but again, there's better options. Guys, Ben Schwartz as Plastic Man is a no-brainer. I mean, there's also like Andy Samberg or John Mulaney, but both of which I think would be better suited for Elongated Man. I really want Ben Schwartz as Plastic Man. He has shown interest in the role. He wants to play Plastic Man. Make it happen, James Gunn. So, yeah, that is part 1 for my fan casting of the DCU Justice League. We got our Superman. We need our Wonder Woman. We need our Batman, Aquaman, Flash, all these different characters. And yeah, so like I said, of course, stay tuned for the next couple videos where we'll be talking about this as well. And let me know your own fan cast in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.